what exactly is social media? What does social media mean to you? So what's that first word that comes to your mind when you think about social media? When I think about social media, the first word that comes to my mind is relationship, right? So I open my Instagram or Twitter, they call it X now, my Instagram or X app, and the next thing I see is my boyfriend this, my girlfriend that, men are this, women are that. It's exhausting. It's almost like, don't you guys like food? Are you never hungry on these platforms and the likes? Now, social media at its core can be defined by one word: connectivity. So social media is a platform or platforms that bring a lot of people together to connect. And when a lot of people connect, different things happen. They create, share, and exchange information and ideas. And when you have a platform that does all of these, it provides a lot of opportunities for the users, one of which is the ability to maintain existing relationships. Now, another advantage that social media offers is the ability to build new relationships. So network, that's the career services favorite word. Network and build new relationships. As a result of all of these, social media provides us access to learning opportunities. I believe you all know that you can learn a lot from different social media platforms like YouTube, LinkedIn. So you can learn skills ranging from graphic design, content writing, to even photography, to even survival skills. I learned how to make egusi soup on YouTube. My ancestors are probably turning in their graves, but who cares? So there are certain myths or misconceptions that social media perpetuates or are told about social media. And one of these is everybody has a perfect life. Everybody online is balling, driving the fanciest cars, living in the fanciest of houses, dining in the fanciest of restaurants. Yet, in real life, almost everybody is like hustling for urgent 2K. It's like the math is not mathing at all. So when navigating social media, this is something to understand. Keep at the back of your mind that on social media, people do not actually show the negative and the bad aspects of their lives. They only put their best foot forward. That best foot, a lot of the time, is not really representative of their realities. Social media is inherently neither good nor bad. Whether it is good or bad is dependent on how you use the platform. Then finally, there is also the misconception that social media is solely an entertainment platform. And like we've already established before, it is much more than an entertainment platform. So you can use social media to learn, to connect, and have access to job, internships, and other opportunities. How do we make the most of social media? How do we use social media productively to improve our lives? And one of the first steps is to use it to gain knowledge. There are opportunities online, different social media accounts that equip us with vital knowledge and information. You can go on YouTube and learn how to become a better photographer, better graphic designer, and the like. So this is one productive way to use social media to benefit your life. Another way is to promote your skills. We are very fortunate because we are in the age of technology where our ability to reach a lot of people is at the highest in human history. So you can just be in your house and reach across to 7,000, 20,000. Some people can even reach millions of people. It's also very important to note that in your quest to use social media productively, that you are not an island. You're not the only one on these platforms. You also have a responsibility to others, fellow users of this platform. Remember, the people on social media are real people behind those accounts with real feelings, living in the real world, just like you. So you have a responsibility to them to ensure that the space is not only safe for you, but also for all of them. And one of the ways you can do that is by making sure you're not a bully or an abusive person online. Nobody wants to be bullied, so make sure you don't become one and make the space unsafe for other people. Another way to do that is to, like I said before, verify information before posting. Don't just go online to post sensitive information without verifying, because you don't know who is likely going to be deceived by that information and just act on it and then have negative repercussions for their lives. Respect the privacy of others. Also, do not share sensitive information about your friends. Now, my time is far spent, so I'm going to leave you with this important reminder. I'd like all of you to remember from this presentation that social media plays a very important role in our lives. It affects us a lot more than we can even begin to imagine. So it's very important for us to use it in a very sensible and wise way to avoid it becoming a curse rather than a blessing to us.
But it's important for us to see, for us to reflect on what it means to be on social media. And it starts by us having a conversation on the popular ones that we're on, right? I'm going to talk about the truths. And I'm not going to dwell on the truths because I feel like all of us, we know these things. But I would like to share an experience with you. about how this actually helps. In 2022, right, I decided to start like a bit of something in cybersecurity. I was checking on various websites, checking on what to do, and what I can, just get my feet wet into cybersecurity. Then at the end of the day, I came across something on Twitter. I saw this opportunity that says, "Oh, if you are interested, you are African, you are female, blah blah blah. Come and join this internship or come and join this fellowship." And I did, and I got in. And that's one of the life-changing experiences that I had on the internet, or rather on social media, because I was there. So yes, information was shared. I acted upon that information. And yes, I'm not who I used to be like 3 years ago because of that fellowship that I've been a part of. Now, that is a huge advantage. And I'm sure some of you, you are looking for internships, you are looking for fellowships, you follow a couple of pages that, these are the things that they drop. Or if you want to, for example, if you want to go abroad for holiday, you people know these things. If you want to go on holiday, you know those pages that share information that you actually need. So these are the advantages of social media. In fact, you've met friends on social media that I have not seen in real life, but you guys are cool. You can be talking to someone in New York now, maybe they're probably still sleeping at this time, but then it feels like this person is just a stone throw away. But the reality is, they are miles and miles and miles away. Because that is the power of social media. While that can be a disadvantage, that is also an advantage. It makes you see things. You see information. You build community, health and wellness. And that's why we always convince our parents when they say you should drop your phones. No, mommy, that's not what I'm doing. I am studying on you don't know what social media is doing in my life. Do you remember that recipe I used? I got it from TikTok. Guys, the myth. Online violence does not have offline consequences. I mean, she said something when she was introducing me. Women for all. But I'm a woman for woman first before I'm a woman for all. Let's just make that clear. I have to say that. I was at Nile last month, right? And I came here to speak about online gender-based violence. I don't know if anybody here attended the session. But the point is, online violence does not have offline consequences. That's a huge lie. And I'm going to give you an example. He said something about being responsible, not bully people. We've seen situations where people have committed suicide just because of something mean that someone said to them on the internet. We've seen a situation where people have entered depression because of something someone said to them on the internet. A situation where somebody would just post a picture of themselves, just having fun and just wanting their friends to comment. And next thing, somebody is saying, who be this ugly person? Where this one waka from? But it's the truth. By the time these comments pile up, right? And then this person starts to doubt, who they are, their self-esteem, everything they believe in, and then they withdraw. Now we have the way it's going to pain my colleague here, Jemima, is different from the way it will pain me. But let's not lie to ourselves to say that, these consequences are not there. Somehow, some way, it's going to lodge in your subconscious. So yes, online violence, you usually do have offline consequences on people that you bully. But not only them, on you that you are a bully and you that you are doxing. And then there's something called the Wayback Machine. You guys can check it up later. If you want to know what real digital footprints looks like, you guys should just click on just go on Google, search Wayback Machine, then put in your handle and let's see what comes. Some people, you may be lucky, it may not have archived anything. But for a lot of people, right, you see posts that you have deleted. You see, and then it's arranged per year. So 2023, 2022, 2021, you'll be shocked that everything you've deleted is right there. That is what digital footprint is. Do you guys think it's ethical for employers to start using people's social media accounts to employ them? Because it has started happening. So the next, and I'm not talking about LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is that place you pretend to be prim and proper. You have done heaven and earth. You have built all the apps. You are great. But on other social media platforms, right, we see who you are. I mean, there's a lot of discourse around. Is it okay for an employer to start snooping around your social media, or somebody that wants to employ you to find out the kind of person you are online? I mean, two people, do you guys think it's okay?
It is actually very useful because people need to learn to take accountability of what they post. I mean, you put yourself out there, you knew the pros and the cons, and you clicked the upload button. Nobody took your hand. So if an employer is using your social media, you're going to be a face for their product or their brand, and they want to know how you represent them in the outside world and things like that. So yes, it's very good.
Okay.
For an app like WhatsApp, is it true that data is also not safe on you? We see them always advertising that they are end-to-end encrypted, so even they don't have access to the information that's posted there. So something like WhatsApp, is data also safe there? I heard when he talked about, and he talked about something like this. And even Snapchat, you see the feature whereby I believe you could change this, but if you text someone, after like 24 hours after the person reads the message, you're supposed to leave, right? So for seasons like that or systems like that, is it true that data is still unsafe?
When it comes to digital footprint, there are a lot of us that joined social media as little kids. So what happens when you change your mindset or ideology about certain things? Do you think it's still fair to judge the person based on that, since most of us here agreed organizations should check our digital footprint? Like, say, for example, maybe you were homophobic before and now you're not. So, like, and you know now people judge you based on things like this, new topics. And
Please, you guys, please, a round of applause for yourselves. Do you know? And so, I mean, it's an ongoing discourse about whether is it ethical, is it good, is it cool for your employers to, check your social media to see what you've been up to. Because people argue that, I mean, it's your personal life, right? You can do whatever it is you want. But at the same time, you want to be sure that the person you're employing is, in quotes, culture fit for whatever role that they're applying for, right? So I think it's just one of those conversations we'll continue to have in the digital era. It's important that we set boundaries, especially if we know what exactly we want to achieve. It is very important, right? Set boundaries. The next thing is practice digital hygiene. Quick one. If you have changed your password in the last 6 months, wait, not because you have forgotten it, though. Not because you have to remember your password or reset your, no. But because you're like, I've been using this password for a while now, let me change it. Curate your feed. This is something I've done. See, fire can be burning, and then I know what I'm going to see on my TL. So let me focus on the one I can focus on and actually push all that negativity around. So curate your feed. If you don't want to see some very misogynistic content on your TL, you block all of them, you mute them. In fact, you tell your friends to block them, and any of your friends that retweet them, you block those your friends. One of the advantages of social media is community. Someone said it, I had it on my slide. Not being an active bystander, rather, defeats the purpose of community. Again, social media, it's a community. You have to play your part. Being an active bystander is one of those. So there are conversations about, content moderations and how they actually affect, our functioning as a full society. If you do not understand your digital rights and, what somebody can do or say to you online, then you are not using social media to the full extent of its glory. And with that, I wrap up my conversation on this.
Good afternoon, everyone. And standing on existing protocol, I would like to thank the management of the Student Services, Nile University of Nigeria first, and Student Services Department, counseling team, and all members of staff of Student Services. And to our amazing students, honestly, you guys wowed me. I'm quite thankful, despite the fact that some of you will be writing the exam in a couple of hours or minutes. You still made out time to be here. Thank you very much for this wonderful attendance. Also, I'd like to say this, that we're going to continue with this going forward next year, and we're going to think of what we need to, talk about, and we want to really connect with you more. Thank you very much for your time. And to our guest speakers, I'm especially thanking you for making it out time. Mr. Eto, I reached out to you quite late at the 11th minute. Miss Aminat, also from Teka, and Jemima, thank you very much for coming. And thank you for all what you're doing. The communication, mails, calls, and everything, trying as much as possible to, connect with you. Thank you so much. And again, thank you guys for coming and staying till the end. Thank you very much.